What's up, everybody? Dark 1985. There's levels to this. Got a quick video for you guys tonight about how I almost unsubscribed from Game Pass Ultimate. So let me tell you guys exactly what happened. Since I started doing the backlog challenge, which I started at the beginning of this year, if you don't know what that is, just up. I was gonna tell you to look up the video, but then I remember how much I hate when people tell me to go ahead and look up a video when they could just tell me right then and there. So I'm gonna tell you right real quick, okay? The backlog challenge was something that I came up with before the holidays. Actually, I started it before Christmas. I remember it because people were saying like, "Oh my God, Doc, you're crazy doing this challenge when Steam is about to have all these sales." Basically, the backlog challenge, the set of the rules was real simple. You're only allowed to have two games downloaded on your system. One of them is a multiplayer game, and it's whatever multiplayer game you want it to be, or whatever leisure game you want it to be. And then the second game has to be a single player story driven game that's in your backlog that has just been sitting there. Okay. The logic behind the backlog challenge is the fact that you spent money on a game that you probably it probably looked interesting to you and you wanted to play, regardless of how old it is or whatever the case may be. It's a game that you spent money on. Now, the longer the game sits in your backlog, the older it's gonna get, the worse the controllers are gonna be, and so you should probably play it. While you're going through the backlog challenge, you're not allowed to buy any new games, and you're not allowed to download any new games from a subscription service. The goal was to finish your backlog. Now, I can be honest with you and tell you that I have failed the backlog challenge. The backlog challenge to me is like a diet where like you fall off, get back on, fall off, get back on, and eventually if you follow the diet longer than you fall off of it, the results will eventually come. A lot slower than you would like, but they're gonna get there. So, anyways, what I have failed the backlog challenge is downloading one multiplayer game. Like I can't do it. I play too many things. So I play Roblox with my kids. My other kid is really big into Marvel Rivals, so I play that with him. And then for me, my leisure game is Forza Motorsport. Like that's my game where I just want to chill and relax. I just put it on and I just race. And I love that every single time I turn on Forza Motorsport, there's just something new. There's a new race feature or something like that. There's a new cup. There's always some type of new race series going on, and I love that. I can't tell you how much I love that. But anyways, I failed the backlog challenge because I have downloaded multiple multiplayer games. I have not failed in terms of playing the single player games in my backlog, but I have downloaded single player games from Game Pass, which is also against my backlog challenge. So, for instance, Indiana Jones came out. I downloaded that, played that, loved the game. I thought it was a good game, but it wasn't part of my backlog challenge. And then I went ahead and played Borderlands on Steam, beat Borderlands. Then now I'm back over on Xbox Game Pass playing Atlas Fallen, which is a phenomenal game. For some weird reason, it was acting weird on my Asus ROG Ally, which I'll make a video about how I fixed it. So I went ahead and bought it on Steam, and it was acting perfectly fine on Steam on my Asus ROG Ally. But again, just different things I had to tweak because I did get it to run on my Xbox on my ROG Ally again. But anyway, so now I'm playing Atlas Fallen on Xbox, and it's still part of my backlog challenge now on Steam as well, which I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna play the game twice or what. We'll see. I actually played Dead Space twice because I liked it that much. So I beat Dead Space on Steam and I beat Dead Space on EA. Is it EA Play? Is it an EA Play game? Yeah, on EA Play via Game Pass. So all of that to let you know that I'm still doing the backlog challenge. However, I have not been as strict as I would like to be. So in essence, I can admit to you that I failed the backlog challenge, but I'll get back on that horse. Why did I almost cancel Game Pass Ultimate? I almost canceled Game Pass Ultimate because one of the reasons why I did go back to Game Pass and download Atlas has Fallen, and one of the reasons why I did play Indiana Jones, and one of the reasons why I'm probably going to play Avowed is because I'm paying for this service. And I'll be damned if I don't use something that I'm paying for. Like you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. If you're not using something that you're paying for, then why do you have it? Right? So I'm paying for the service. I'm going to use it. And Xbox has been dropping phenomenal games, left and right. And the whole service itself has great games in it. So I'm going to use it. But I do still want to finish my backlog challenge. So my solution was simple. I said to myself, look, Doc, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go ahead and cancel, right, your Game Pass Ultimate. That's going to save you $20 a month. I know PC gamers out there are saying, Doc, why are you paying $20 a month for Game Pass Ultimate? It's just because I do. I know I could go ahead and find different keys and stuff like that, but I'm paying the full price, right? So $20 a month, I could save that. I was talking to my son, and we came up with, hey, if we go ahead and stop subscribing to Game Pass Ultimate, that's $20 a month that we could put towards a Steam fund, right? We could call it a Steam fund. And whenever we see a sale on Steam or something like that, we just buy games on Steam from those $20 that we would have been spending on Xbox. Now, the benefit of that is this. Yes, Xbox and Game Pass Ultimate has way more, a large amount of games, access to them more than we would have if we spent $240 of games on Steam every single year. But when you're spending the money yourself, you're buying games that are specifically an interest to you. And that's a double-edged sword. See, a game like Atlas Fallen, I would have never purchased. But I am having a great time with this game. I think this game is like a hidden gem. I'm really enjoying this game. I'm really liking it. A game like Indiana Jones, I would have never bought Indiana Jones. Okay, a game like Avowed, this game I would never buy a game like Avowed, but I'm gonna try it because it's on Game Pass, and I've learned that I do like different types of games. Now, my favorite genres are still the same: first-person shooter, over the shoulder third-person shooters as well. Like those are my favorite types of games for sure, right? But I've been able to play a whole bunch of different types of games because of Game Pass, so that is an advantage. But doesn't matter. Spoke with my son and said, yeah, we'll go ahead and cancel Game Pass Ultimate. And the best thing about Game Pass Ultimate when you're paying on a monthly basis is if you want to go ahead and subscribe to it again next month, you can. There's no penalty. So I went ahead and did this, right? I went ahead and went to cancel Game Pass Ultimate. As I'm sitting there about to cancel Game Pass Ultimate, I see that I have 57,000 points of Xbox points or whatever. So I look in the store and I see that I can redeem. I think it's like 14,000 to redeem 1 month of Game Pass Ultimate. So I said to myself, okay, let's go ahead and do the auto redeem. I went ahead, boom, did the auto redeem, and then I thought about it. Can I actually play enough where I get points so I could continuously get Game Pass Ultimate for free? Because if I could do that, then that would just make sense, right? Why not? Now, yes, it still stops my backlog challenge, right? But I said, let me give this a try. This is what I fear leaving Game Pass Ultimate. I fear the ability to be able to try new games at a very low cost. I have that fear. I fear the ability, and yes, Game Pass Ultimate for me makes sense because I even like playing games on the cloud, especially if I'm just going to try them out. That's actually what happened with Atlas Fallen. I believe I played it on the cloud first, and then I was like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and download it. Then I downloaded it, played it some more, and I actually liked it. But again, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't buy a game on Steam just to try it out unless it looked like a game that was going to interest me. So that's one of the fears that I had. So as of right now, I'm still subscribed to Game Pass Ultimate, but my goal is to get the points so I could go ahead and continue to subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate. And we'll see how that goes. The backlog challenge, though, that I'm going through on Steam, I got a lot of good games. If you look at my Steam backlog, I only have like 73 games. Between me and my son, I think we have, 73 games. But those are a lot of good games, games that I definitely want to get to, games that I definitely want to play, games that I hit buy and I purchased, or some games that people bought for me and gifted to me based off of my interests, right? So I'm in a pickle. I'm in a dilemma. Shout out to everybody that left me a comment in my last video that I put up yesterday from Twitch. Somebody said, Doc, stop thinking like a one platform gamer, right? You're on PC now. Leverage the power of the PC and the fact that you can't play on Steam and you can't play on Xbox all on the same box. And they're not wrong. So I just wanted to make that video for you guys today. I almost unsubscribed from Game Pass Ultimate, but there's no need because I got enough points to continue the subscription for now. 57,000 is what I got. We'll see how long it lasts. Doc Dog 1985, there's levels to this. We out. Peace.